This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. I'm your host, John Solberg, and this edition is being brought to you by The Butcher Shop, purveyors of highly sought-after 100% Australian non-crossbred Wylarah 9 Plus briskets. And, as always, handpicked just for you. The Butcher Shop has been retailing the finest meats for the past 15 years and is run by the father and son team of Kevin and Jordan Green. Every week, they're shipping out competition quality meats to many of the biggest names in the competition scene across the nation. Simply put, teams who use the Butcher Shop win, and they win often. Not a competitor, but still have an eye for the finer cuts in life? Great news. The Butcher Shop is shipping some of the finest prime, dry-aged Australian Wagyu and Japanese Wagyu steaks to people just like you and me who aspire to be the kings and queens of the cul-de-sac. The Butcher Shop always has Berkshire, Compart Duroc, Allegiance Duroc, and Prairie Fresh all-natural pork in stock, and again, always hand-picked for you. Now you might be saying, John, all this sounds great, but what about some exotic stuff? Well, rest easy, the Butcher Shop will get you your next elk steak or camel roast. They'll ship it out promptly. Yes, I said camel. Now let's review. The best competition briskets, check. The best pork selection, check. Giving you a better overall option to cook at home, check. Give the Butcher Shop a call today. 850-458-8782. That's 850-458-8782. Mention the BBQ Central Show for 10% off your entire order each and every time. You can also interact with them on their Facebook page, facebook.com/The Butcher Shop. Shop is spelled S-H-O-P-P-E. The Butcher Shop, home of the 100% Australian non-crossbred Wylarah 9 Plus briskets. And this is what's going on in today's show from October the 16th back in 2013. One of my favorite guests and one of my favorite reoccurring segments of all time, Connie Rempe from Connie's Recipe Corner is in. Let's jump right into that. Let's go.
All right, welcome back, 877-448-0433. Email greg@thebbqcentralshow.com. Thanks to Ray Lampe for joining me last segment. We really lit it up, not me so much, but he really lit it up on the brisket talk. You know, I got to say, maybe everybody should just relax a little bit. You know, everybody's so worried about doing it at the well, you know, Michael's a little bit different because he is doing a competition. So in competition, things are timed and you have to hit marks and, you know, things are going slow or going fast. You're going to have to be able to adapt in order to make sure that you're hitting your turn-in times properly. But look, I mean, dude, if you're in the backyard enjoying 1 or 8 beers and a succulent day outside, I mean, what's the rush, bro? Relax. All right, my next guest has been cooking in the kitchen, honing recipes for as long as I can remember, and as luck would have it, I've actually gotten to eat a lot of her creations as well. With such succulent treats as a homemade red sauce, meatloaf, goulash, and how about cream-dried beef on toast? Mouth-watering yet? Goddamn right. Let's head on over to the hotline and welcome Connie's Recipe Corner. Connie Rempe joining me here on the show, a.k.a. my mom. Mom, what's up?
Well, Greg, who wants to actually have to follow Ray Lampe?
You do. Bring it. There's a reason, awesome. You know, it's like baseball. We have starters, and then we have closers.
Well, he's a good starter, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's one thing to be able to start the show, but you got to be able to close it strong, and that's why we have to go back to the Rempe blood, because we're the only ones out there that can bring it strong when the chips are down. And I don't think the chips are down necessarily, so no pressure.
Well, okay, good.
All right, good. So if you aren't familiar, listeners I'm talking to, if you're not familiar with Connie's Recipe Corner, my mom comes on, we talk about some recipes that are either her current favorites or favorites that, what the hell happened to my camera? Oh, okay, I see what I did. These are recipes that she's either worked on or they're favorites of hers. Mom, no offense, but over the evolution of this segment, I've come to find out that after I was left in Ohio and you beat it down to Florida, the culinary expertise went up 500 notches. God damn it.
It helps when you don't have to cook for so many people,
Well, skills are important to continue to hone, no doubt about it. All right, so we are going to be talking about A, one appetizer, B, a entree, and then we will top it off with a dessert. So it's almost like you're going to a restaurant, except the benefit here is you're going to get great recipes. As always, and you would attest, fairly easy to do all around, right?
Always, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever really done anything that's going to be really complicated.
And you're not going to have to spend $700 at a restaurant. Save that money. Chip Mom and myself off 50% of the $700. It's the least you can do, and then put the $350 into funds or something like that, for crying out loud.
Sounds good to me.
Right. All right. So we have an appetizer as we lead off every eating endeavor, and tonight it looks like buffalo chicken cheese balls. Never heard of these. They sound absolutely fantastic. What can you tell me?
Well, it's kind of another take on buffalo wings. I believe I've done buffalo chicken dip before.
Yes.
And anytime you have something to do with chicken wings in any variation, it's always a good thing. So
doesn't my dad, aka your husband, have the original chicken wing hot sauce recipe from Anchor Bar in Buffalo?
He absolutely does.
Watch it.
Yes.
Guard it like a vault.
Yes.
So much so that I've never gotten that recipe. That's how closely he guards it.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I think he would probably share it with you.
Well, I hope so. We'll have to talk about that off air because I would hate for anybody else to get it who shouldn't get it.
That's true.
Right.
Yes,
all right. Buffalo chicken cheese balls.
Yes. Okay. And this is, again, a really easy recipe, really good for, say, watching football and whatnot. We're using for the chicken a rotisserie chicken, which you can, buy at the grocery store. So It's going to make it really easy. And if, in fact, you didn't want to do that and you wanted to do it at home yourself, you could always use just a couple boneless chicken breasts and bake that. But we're going the easy route, and we're going to buy a rotisserie chicken at the grocery store and just take the skin off and chop it all up. You're adding to that the Frank's hot sauce, which is, always a must, and hopefully everybody can find the Frank's. Adding just some pepper, sharp cheddar cheese, scallions, and then you're going to just mix that all together, roll it into balls about the size of golf balls is what the recipe calls for, but you can make them any size you want. If you want really small ones, so you can just one pop in the mouth and it's done. That's a good thing too. But once you roll them into the balls, you're going to do like your breading station. So you're going to have flour in a dish and eggs in a dish and panko breadcrumbs, which are the best breadcrumbs ever.
Yes.
And, you're just going to roll them in the flour and dip them in the egg and then roll them in the panko and then deep fry them, which is, takes a couple of minutes in the deep fryer, and they're done. When you go for your nice dip, we're making our own, although if you, wanted to go the easy route, I'm sure you can always just buy some blue cheese dressing and use that if you need to. But, this is really simple. You're using mayonnaise and blue cheese and some more hot sauce with your Worcestershire sauce, a little salt, a little lemon juice, some garlic. Just mix it all together, and that's your dip, and it's really delicious and very easy.
Well, if it's one thing I know, it's Centralites love to pop hot balls in their mouth.
Oh, my. Hey, would you like to get the rest of the 3 recipes? Well, actually, the other 2 of the 3 that make up a Connie's Recipe Corner. Head over to thebbqcentralshow.com. Link in today's show notes is going to take you right there. Got to say, all in all, this show from October the 16th, 2013 is a great one. You'll want to go check that out. You also want to check out The Butcher Shop, facebook.com/The Butcher Shop. Get yourself some Australian non-crossbred Wylara 9+ briskets that are handpicked for you. Tell them the Barbecue Central show sent you. You're going to save 10% off your entire order. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, I'm your host, John Solberg. I'll talk to you soon.